This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, good morning, all of you. Hello, am I audible to all? Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
Yes, sir.
you are audible, sir.
Okay. So we are discussing about demography and family planning. In our last class, we discussed about demographic cycle and demographic trends in the world, population trends in India, and population trends in the world, and the age pyramids. So, anybody, what is the age pyramid? As I told you, it is an important 4 marks question. What is age pyramid? So how many stages in a demographic cycle? Hello, how many stages are there in demographic cycle? Okay, let's start our next topic, that is sex ratio. So sex ratio is defined as number of females per 1,000 males. So it is nothing but number of females uh, per 1,000 males. One of the basic demographic characteristics of the population is sex composition. In any study, population analysis of sex composition is plays a very important role. And the sex composition of population is affected by differentials in mortality conditions of males and females, sex selective migration, and sex ratio at birth. Okay. So what is sex ratio? Sex ratio is number of females per 1,000 males. Okay. Important Viva question. So female deficit syndrome is considered adverse because of social implications, and a low sex ratio indicates strong male child preference and consequent gender inequalities. అంతే కదమ్మా ఇప్పుడు సెక్స్ రేషియో తగ్గిందంటే మెయిన్ రీజన్ ఏంటి? దే ఆర్ ప్రిఫరింగ్ మేల్ చైల్డ్. ఓకే, neglect of child girl child resulting in higher mortality at younger age, female infanticide, female feticide, higher maternal mortality, and male bias in elimination of population. So higher mortality at younger age and female infanticide and female feticide and high maternal mortality and male bias are the main reason for low sex ratio. And easy availability of sex determination test and abortion are also main reasons for decreased sex ratio. Okay. So sex ratio in India has been generally adverse to women. That is, number of women per 1,000 men has generally less than 1,000. As we know, the sex ratio is very low. Apart from being adverse to women, the sex ratio has also declined over the decades. So, not from past from past 40 years, the sex ratio is going on declining. Okay. The main reason for this is strong willing to male children. Okay. And sex ratio at birth. Sex ratio at birth can be affected by sex selectivity at birth. Okay. And the sex ratio at birth for India for every for year 2011 has estimated at 878, and it varies from 871 in rural areas to 891 in urban areas. Okay. So sex ratio at birth in India for year 2011 is 878. And for rural areas it is 871, and for urban areas it is 891. Okay. So among the biggest states, the sex ratio at birth varies from 1,084 in Kerala to 877 in Haryana. In rural areas, the highest and the lowest ratio at birth rate in states of Kerala is 1,077, and for Haryana it is 880 respectively. And the sex ratio is in urban areas varies from 1,091 in Kerala to 871 in Haryana. Okay. Coming to child sex ratio, that is up to 0 to 6 years, from 0 to 6 years. So census 2011 marks a considerable fall in child sex ratio. The age group of 0 to 6 years has reached all-time low of 914 since 1961. So the fall has been 13 points from 921 to 914 from the for the country during 2001 to 2011. So from the year 2001 to 2011, the child sex ratio fall has been noted from 13 points. That is from 927 to 914. Okay. So in rural areas, the fall has been significant 15 points from 924 to 919, and in urban areas it has been 4 points from 906 to 4902 already. So as comparing as to urban areas, in rural areas the fall has been significant, 15 points from 924 to 919, and in urban areas the decline is 4 points, that is from 906 to 902 for over a decade. So dependency ratio. Anybody, what is dependency ratio? What is dependency ratio? ఫీల్డ్కి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు మీరు ఆల్రెడీ అడిగారమ్మా చాలా మందిని. Who are known as dependents? Am I audible? Hello? Am I audible to all? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir, audible.
Who are known as dependents?
Audible.
Who are known as dependents? నా క్వశ్చన్ అర్థమైందా బాబు? డిపెండెన్స్ అని ఎవరిని అంటారు? ఓకే. So dependency ratio. So dependency ratio is nothing but the proportion of persons above 65 years of age and the children below 15 years of age. Those are known as dependents. The dependents are nothing but the persons above 65 years of age and the children below 15 years of age. Okay, considered to be dependent on economically productive age group. So the ratio of the combined age groups, that is from 0 to 14 years plus 65 years and above to 15 to 65 years age group, is referred to as total dependency ratio. So total dependency ratio is nothing but the ratio of combined age groups, that is 0 to 14 years plus 65 years and above to 15 to 65 years. That is defined as total dependency ratio. Okay, and it is also referred to as societal dependency ratio and reflects the need for society to provide for younger and older population groups. And the dependency ratios can be subdivided into younger age dependency ratio, that is for 0 to 14 years, and older age dependency ratio, that is 65 years and more. So younger age dependency ratio is for children between age group 0 to 14 years, and for old age dependency ratio the age group comes under 65 years and above. Okay. So total dependency ratio, it can be calculated by using the formula children between 0 to 14 years of age plus population more than 65 years of age whole divided by population of 15 to 64 years multiplied by 100. I repeat, total dependency ratio can be calculated by formula children between 0 to 14 years of age plus population more than 65 years of age total divided by population of population of people between age group 15 to 64 years, and it is multiplied with 100. Okay, so we may get the total dependency ratio. So demographic bonus. So demographic bonus denotes the period when the dependency ratio in the population declines because of decline in fertility until it starts to rise again because of increasing longevity. So what was the reasons for decline in fertility? So ఇక్కడ ఏముందంటే demographic bonus connotes the period when the dependency ratio in the population declines. Dependency ratio decline అవుతుంది because of decline in fertility. So I'm asking, what was the reason for decline in fertility? Hello. I am asking what were the reasons for decline in fertility. Question అర్థమైందా? Okay. This period depends on pace of decline in fertility level of population. Hello. Okay. We'll move to next slide. Okay. Demographic burden. Demographic burden is used to connote the increase in the total dependency ratio during any period of time, mostly caused by increased old age dependency ratio. So it is an important Viva question. Demographic burden. Okay. Demographic burden is used to connote increase in total dependency ratio during any period of time. During any period of time, mostly caused by increased old age dependency ratio. Okay. So increase in total dependency ratio during any period of time. Okay. And it is inevitable consequence of demographic transition, and the country has to face this problem sooner or later. Okay. So any country has to face this problem of demographic burden. Okay. So density of population. One of the important indices of population concentration is the density of population. So it is the ratio between total population and surface area. So density of population can be calculated by it is calculated with ratio between total population and the total land area. And this ratio can be calculated for any territorial unit for any point in time, depending upon source of population data. Okay. So in the Indian census, the density is defined as the number of persons living per square kilometer. So density is defined as the number of persons living per square kilometer. Okay. And for year 2014, the density of population per square kilometer in India was 394. Okay. So our next topic is urbanization. So as the name implies, urbanization is nothing but urban population is the number of persons residing in the urban localities. And the definition of urban locality varies from country to country. Okay. So what was the main reasons of urbanization? Anybody?
Employment, sir.
Pardon? What are the main reasons of urbanization?
Industrial revolution.
Hello? Yeah, what were the main reasons?
Industrial revolution.
Any answers?
Employment, sir.
Yeah, very good. Employment. Any other reason?
Industries.
Any answers?
Standard of living.
Any more? Okay. So in Indian context, the urban areas are the towns, places with the municipal corporation, municipal area committee, town committee, notified area committee, or cantonment board. All the places having population 50,000 or more inhabitants, a density of not less than 1,000 persons per square mile or 390 per square kilometer, pronounced urban characteristics, and at least 3/4 of the adult male population employed in pursuits other than agriculture. So I repeat, in Indian context, the urban areas are the towns, places with municipal corporation, municipal area committee, town committee, notified area committee, or cantonment board, and also all places having 55,000 or more inhabitants, a density of not less than 1,000 persons per square mile or 390 per square kilometer, pronounced urban characteristics, and at least 3/4 of the adult male population employed in pursuits other than agriculture. Okay. So the increase in urban population has been attributed both to natural growth Natural growth means through births. And migration from villages, mainly because, as I told, employment opportunities and attraction of better living condition and availability of social services such as education, health, transport, entertainment, etc. So, as comparing to rural areas or villages, so the education facilities and health facilities and transport facilities are more in urban areas or urban areas like towns and cities. So this is the main reason for migration of people from rural areas like villages to urban areas like towns and cities. Okay, and the continuous migration of people from countryside to urban areas in India constitute a social crisis, and the ramification of which may eventually impact the quality of life. So by increasing urbanization, it may obviously affect the impacts the quality of life of people. Okay. Coming to our next topic, that is family size. So family size is defined as number of persons in a family in a demographic family in demography. Family size means the total number of children a woman has born at a point of time. So family size means total number of children a woman has born at a point of time. Okay. So the completed family size indicates the total number of children born by a woman during her childbearing age. So it is assumed to be between 15 to 45 years. Okay, and the total fertility rate gives the approximate magnitude of completed family size. So by knowing the total fertility rate, we may know the complete family size. Okay, magnitude of complete family size. So the family size depends upon numerous factors like duration of marriage, education of couple, number of live births and living children, preference of male children, and desired family size. Okay. So these are the factors which influence the family size: duration of marriage, education of couple, number of live births, and living children, preference of male children, desired family size. These are the factors which influence the family size of any family. So the family planning programs company is currently based on theme a two-child family norm with a view to reach the long-term demographic goal of NRR, that is net effective rate, that is 1. So family planning involves both decision regarding the desired family size and the effective limitation of fertility once that size has been reached. So our next topic is literacy and education. So a person is deemed as literate if he or she can read and write with understanding in any language. Okay, he has to read and write and has to understand any language. Okay, a person who can merely read but cannot write is not considered as literate. So reading and writing both are important to consider him as literate. Mere reading cannot be considered. We cannot consider by mere reading a person as literate. So a person has to both read and write and has to understand a language. So mere reading cannot be. We cannot consider a person as literate by mere reading only. Okay, and the spread of literacy is generally associated with modernization, urbanization, industrialization, communication, and commerce. Okay. So the literacy rate, taking into account the total population, the denominator has now been termed as fluid literacy rate, while the literacy rate calculated taking into account the 7 years and above population in the denominator is called effective literacy rate. Okay, I repeat, the literacy rate taking in account the total population in the denominator has now been termed as fluid literacy rate. Crude literacy rate, where the literacy rate calculated taking into account the 7 years and above population is denominator is defined as is called as effective literacy rate. That was the main difference between crude literacy rate and effective literacy rate. Okay. So crude literacy rate can be calculated by formula by the number of literate persons by total population in a given year into multiplied by 100. And the effective literacy rate is calculated by formula number of literate persons aged 7 and above and divided by total population ages 7 and above in a given year, total multiplied by 100. Okay, I repeat, crude literacy rate can be calculated by formula number of literate persons divided by total population in a given area, total multiplied by 100, and effective literacy rate can be calculated by formula number of literate persons aged 7 and above divided by population age 7 and above in a given year, total multiplied by 100. Okay. So our next topic is life expectancy. So life expectancy or expectation of life at a given age is the average number of years which a person of that age may expect to live according to the mortality pattern prevalent in the country. So life expectancy may differs from or varies from country to country. For developed countries like US, we may expect higher life expectancy life expectancy rate as compared to low or developing countries. So the life expectancy may differ from country to country. So life expectancy or expectation of life at a given age is defined as the average number of years which a person of that age may expect to live according to mortality pattern prevalent in that country. Okay, so demographers consider it as one of the best indicators of country's level of development and of overall health status of its population. So with life expectancy rate only, the country's level of development, we may expect the country's level of development and overall health status of population in that country by knowing the life expectancy of that country. So our next topic is fertility. So fertility is nothing but the actual breeding of children. So some demographers prefer to use the word natality of fertility. Demographers may use natality instead of fertility. So the reproductive period of women's life is from 15 to 40 years, and it is roughly 30 years. 15 to 45 years is the women's reproductive period. That is a period of 30 years. And the fertility depends upon several factors. Uh, the higher fertility in India is attributed to universality of marriage, low age of marriage, low level of literacy, and poor level of living, limited use of contraceptives, and traditional ways of life. So, universality of marriage. So, marriage is common for every couple, and after marriage they keep on increasing the family size and lower age of marriage. So uh, in at certain places or certain villages, the women are prone to early marriages, subject to early marriage. So lower age of marriage may result in higher fertility and low level of literacy. What was the influence of literacy on fertility? Anyone? What was the role of literacy on fertility rate? Is there any role or not? What was the role of literacy on fertility rate? Am I clear? Is there any role or not? I'm asking what was the role of literacy on fertility? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
What was the role of literacy on fertility? Is there any role or not?
Yes, sir.
How?
Yes, sir.
What is the role of literacy on fertility? How does literacy influences the fertility? What was the role of literacy on fertility? Are you following or not? నేను నా ఫ్లోలో వెళ్ళిపోతున్నానమ్మా. మీకు అర్థమవుతుందా? వింటున్నారా లేదా? మై క్వశ్చన్ ఈస్ వాట్ వాస్ ద రోల్ ఆఫ్ లిటరసీ ఆన్ ఫెర్టిలిటీ? So here we discussed fertility depends upon several factors, and the higher fertility in India is attributed to universality of marriage and low age of marriage and low level of literacy, poor level of living, limited use of contraceptives and traditional ways of life. So my question is, what was the role of literacy on fertility? Okay. So fertility depends on factors like age at marriage, duration of married life, spacing of children, education, economic status, caste and religion, nutrition, family planning, and other factors. So, so these are the factors which may influence the fertility. Age at marriage. So the couple married earlier has a higher fertility rate as compared to the couples which are married at a later age. So previously, what the thing is, in olden days, the people used to marry at the age group of 21 years. So the fertility rate is higher as compared to now, recent days. So nowadays the marital age was around 28 to 30 years. For some couples, the marriage age at marriage is more than 30 years of age. So age at marriage may influence has a great influence on fertility and duration of married life. So duration, if the duration of married life is more, the automatically the fertility is more. So duration duration means for some couples uh, uh, there may be chances of divorce in certain couples, and maybe there may be certain chances of widowship for women for both men and women. For if one of her partner was died earlier, they may be uh, low fertility rate, and spacing of children. Spacing is nothing but that gap or interval between the two children. So there should be some minimum gap between two children. Okay, minimum gap between children. So if at all the spacing between children is reduced, there may be chances of higher infant mortality rate. Not only infant mortality rate but also maternal mortality rate. So what was the reason for that? స్పేసింగ్ తగ్గితే ఇన్ఫాంట్ మోర్టాలిటీ రేట్ మెటర్నల్ మోర్టాలిటీ రేట్ పెరుగుతుంది. ఎందుకు? As I told, spacing is the time the gap between two children. Okay, స్పేసింగ్ తగ్గితే ఇన్ఫాంట్ మోర్టాలిటీ రేట్ మెటర్నల్ మోర్టాలిటీ రేట్ పెరిగే అవకాశం ఉంది. దేనికి? వాట్ వాస్ ద రీజన్ ఫర్ దట్? I'm not getting any answers. Spacing is the time gap between two child. Spacing వల్ల spacing తగ్గితే infant mortality rate, maternal mortality rate పెరుగుతుంది. What was the reason for that?
May cause complications in pregnancies.
Pardon? Hello? Hello?
It may cause complications in pregnancy, sir.
Like complications in pregnancies like?
Uterine ligaments,
What's that?
prolapse of uterus, prolapse of uterus,
Any more answers? So if at all there is no much space between children, or there is no much time gap between one baby to another baby, it may impact the health of the. So mother health deteriorate అయితే automatically there may be increase in the chances of maternal mortality rate. So mother health deteriorate అయితే it may obviously automatically impacts the health of baby also, child also. Mother health బాగాలేనప్పుడు baby outcome బాగుంటుందా చెప్పండి? So mother, what was the normal weight gain during pregnancy? So what was the
10,
normal
sir.
weight gain during antenatal period? Pardon? How much? How many kilograms? Okay.
10 to 12 kgs.
How much? So spacing of children is very important. So if at all proper spacing is not there, it may impact the health of mother and child. Okay. So next factor is education. Education plays an important role in fertility. So in a couple with no education, there may be high chance of fertility. The children in their family is more. So education is very important in controlling the fertility. And economic status. So economic status inversely proportionate to fertility rate. So in a low socioeconomic group, the fertility rate is more as compared to high socioeconomic group. Okay. And caste and religion. So in Muslims, the family size is more as comparing to Hindus. So Hindus and Christians. So Muslims families has higher number of children. So nutrition also plays an important role in fertility rate. And finally family planning. So family planning, as you all know, the couple undergoing family planning methods, they may be lower fertility rates as compared to the couples not adopting family planning methods. Okay, and other factors. What were the other factors? So, what were the other factors influencing fertility? Other factors may include divorce and death of any couples, or all these are other factors. So, in certain families, there may be strong preference to male child. For that reason, they keep on increasing the population till they get the male child. Okay. So these are the factors which influence the fertility. Age at marriage, duration of married life, spacing of children, education, economic status, caste and religion, nutrition, family planning, and other factors. So our next topic, that is birth and death rate. So birth rate is the simplest indicator of fertility, and it is defined as number of live births per thousand estimated mid-year population in a given year, and it is calculated by formula number of live births during the year divided by estimated mid-year population whole multiplied by 1000. Okay, but I repeat, birth rate is calculated by formula number of live births during the year divided by estimated mid-year population whole multiplied by 1000. Okay. ఇవన్నీ మీకు ప్రాక్టికల్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ లో ఇంపార్టెంట్ అమ్మా, వీటి మీద మీకు క్వశ్చన్స్ వస్తాయి బర్త్ రేట్ మీద. అండ్ high birth rate and the cause of high birth rate are universality of marriage, early puberty, low standard of living, low level of literacy, traditional customs and habits, absence of family planning habit. So these are the cause of high birth rate. As we discussed earlier, universality of marriage and early marriage by early puberty and low standard of living, as I told, low standard of living is inversely proportional to high birth rate and low level of literacy, and traditional customs and habits. Traditional customs and habits includes, as I told earlier, strong desire to have male child. In some families, they are more willing to have male child. For that reason, they keep on increasing their family size till they get the male child. For that reason, there is a chance of high birth rate. Okay. For suppose a family after getting three girl child, they get one male child. So they have their family of 4 children. They have 4 children. Am I clear? Traditional customs and habits includes a strong desire to have male child. For that reason, the couple may keep on increasing their family size. Okay, and absence of family planning habit. Okay, and our next topic is family planning. And an expert committee of the World Health Organization defined family planning as way of thinking and living that is adopted voluntarily upon the basis of knowledge, attitudes, and responsible decisions by individual and couples in order to promote the health and welfare of the family group and thus contribute effectively to the social development of country. I repeat, expert committee of 1971 of World Health Organization defined family planning as a way of thinking and living that is adopted voluntarily upon the basis of knowledge, attitudes, and responsible decisions by individuals and couples in order to promote the health and welfare of the family group and thus contribute effectively to the social development of a country. Okay, that is family planning. And another expert committee defined and described family planning as family planning refers to practices that help individuals or couples to attain certain objectives, like to avoid unwanted births, to bring about wanted births, to regulate the interval between pregnancy. That is basic. That is to regulate the interval between pregnancies and to control the time and at which birth occurs in relation to age of parent and to determine the number of children in the family. So I repeat, the family planning refers to practices that help individuals or couples to attain certain objectives. The objectives are to avoid unwanted births, avoid or to prevent, to stop unwanted births, and to bring about wanted births. That is to promote wanted births and to regulate the interval between pregnancies. That is, intervals is nothing but spacing, to maintain spacing, to maintain gap between pregnancies, and to control the time at which birth occur in relation to age of parent, and to determine the number of children in the family. Okay. So, scope of family planning services. The family planning is not synonymous with the birth control. It is more than mere birth control. And the World Health Organization Expert Committee in 1970 has stated that family planning includes in its purview the proper spacing and limitation of births, advice on sterility, education for parenthood, sex education, screening for pathological conditions related to reproductive systems, that is cancer of cervix, genetic counseling, premarital consultation and examination, carrying out pregnancy test, marriage counseling, and preparation of couple for arrival of their first child, uh, and providing services for unwanted mothers. Okay. Teaching home economics and nutrition, and providing adoption services. So I repeat, in the scope of family planning services is World Health Organization Expert Committee in 1970 has stated that family planning includes in its purview the proper spacing and limitation of births, and the advice on sterility, education for parenthood, sex education, and screening for pathological conditions related to reproductive system, that is cancer cervix, and genetic counseling, and premarital consultation and examination, carrying out pregnancy test, marriage counseling, the preparation of couples for arrival of their first child, providing services for unmarried mothers, and teaching home economics and nutrition, and finally providing adoption services. So these activities varies from country to country according to the national objective and policies with regard to family planning. And this is the modern concept of family planning. Okay, am I clear?
Yes, sir.
So health aspects of family planning. So family planning and health have a two-way relationship. The principal health outcomes of family planning were listed and discussed by WHO, that is World Health Organization Scientific Group on Health Aspects of Family Planning. It includes women's health. So, maternal mortality, morbidity of women of childbearing age, nutrition stress, that is weight changes, hemoglobin level, preventable complication of pregnancy and abortion. So, women's health. So, maternal mortality. So, what was the cause of maternal mortality? So, health aspects of family planning includes women's health. So, in women's health, maternal mortality is important. What was the cause of maternal mortality? What were the causes of maternal mortality?
Illiteracy.
Come again. What? Pardon?
Illiteracy.
Any more answers? My
No
question is,
proper
what was the?
healthcare facilities nearby.
Yeah, very good.
Nutrition.
Any more answers?
Home deliveries
What were the
in some
causes of maternal
places.
mortality? Nutritional causes. Any more answers? Boys, I'm not getting any answers from your side. What were the causes of maternal mortality?
Economical status.
Okay. Women's health. Women's health include maternal mortality, morbidity of women of childbearing age, morbidity of women of childbearing age, nutritional status, that is weight changes. So and hemoglobin level. So for a woman during antenatal period, there should be some increase in her weight. There must be some optimum weight increase. So with it indicates the growth of child in her uterus. Without weight changes, the growth was not normal in for any woman. So and hemoglobin level. So women with normal hemoglobin level are generally safe. So for anemic women, she is in high risk. So for women during antenatal period, there must be certain minimum antenatal visits. By doing certain minimal antenatal visits, we may know the hemoglobin levels of that. That not only for every woman. By knowing the hemoglobin levels of women, we may predict the risk or we may predict the complications. So, what was the normal hemoglobin level during pregnancy?
Sir.
How much? Okay. And the preventable complication of pregnancy and abortion. Okay. And fetal health, fetal mortality, early and late fetal death, abnormal development, and and infant and child health. Neonatal, infant, and preschool mortality, health of infant at birth, that is birth weight, vulnerability to diseases. So children are more prone to diseases. Why? Children were more prone to diseases. Why? Why means mainly because of malnutrition. Malnourishment may leads to infection, and infection may leads to malnutrition, and this is the vicious cycle. మీకు డయాగ్రామ్ కూడా వేసాం కదా, మా వేసి చూపించాం కదా. మాల్న్యూట్రిషన్ గురించి ఈ డయాగ్రామ్ వేయాలి, ఇట్ ఇస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ అని చెప్పాం క్లాస్ లో చాలా సార్లు. So children were more prone to infection mainly because of malnutrition, and the malnutrition may leads to infection, and infection may leads to malnutrition, and it is a vicious cycle. Okay. Small family norm. Small difference in the family size will make big difference in the birth rate. And the difference of only one child per family over a decade will have a tremendous impact on the population growth. Okay. Eligible couples. An eligible couple refers to a currently married couple wherein the wife is in the reproductive age, which is generally assumed to lie between age group between 15 to 45 years. I repeat, it is an important Viva question. Eligible couple. Eligible couple refers to currently married couple where wife is in the reproductive age group, which is generally assumed to lie between age of 15 to 45 years. Is important Viva question. So there will be at least 150 to 180 such couples per 1,000 population in India, and these couples are in need of family planning services. Okay. So eligible couple is an important Viva question. So target couple. So the definition of a target couple has been gradually enlarged to include families with one child or even newly married couples with a view to develop acceptance of idea of family planning from the earliest possible stage. So I repeat, the definition of target couple has been gradually enlarged to include families with one child or even newly married couple with a view to develop acceptance of idea of family planning from the earliest possible stage. About 20% of eligible couples are found in age group 15 to 24 years. On an average, 2.5 million couples are joining the reproductive group every year. And the eligible couple registry is a basic document for organizing family planning work. Okay. So next topic is couple protection rate. So CPR, that is couple protection rate, is an indicator of prevalence of contraceptive practice in the community. So couple protection rate is the indicator of prevalence of contraceptive practice in the community. So it is defined as the percent of eligible couples effectively protected against childbirth by one or another approved methods of family planning, that is sterilization, IUD, condom, or oral pills. So I repeat, it is defined as the percent of eligible couples effectively protected against childbirth by one or other approved methods of family planning, that is sterilization, IUD, intrauterine devices, condom, or oral pills. Okay. So rest of the topic we will discuss in our next class. Okay. So roll number 1.
Present, sir.
డిస్ప్లే మీద నేమ్ ఉంటేనే అటెండెన్స్ అమౌంట్ హెచ్ఓడి సార్ చాలా స్ట్రిక్ట్ గా చెప్పారమ్మా. సో డిస్ప్లేలో మీ నేమ్ ఉంటేనే అటెండెన్స్. ఓకే. రూల్ నెంబర్ 1.
1 present, sir.
ఓకే. 2 absent. 3
present, sir.
3 absent. 3
present, sir. 3 present.
Okay. 4
4 present, sir. 5 present, sir.
Okay. 5
5 present, sir.
6
Six
Okay,
present,
six.
sir. 6 present, sir.
7
7 present, sir.
8 roll number 8 absent. Roll number 8 absent. Okay.
9
9
present, sir. 9 present, sir. Roll number 9 present, sir.
10 present, sir. 10 present, sir.
11
11 present, sir. 11 present, sir.
12
12 present, sir. 12 present, sir.
13 present, sir. 13
14.
present, sir.
Okay.
14 present, sir. 14 present, sir.
15
15 present, sir.
16
10 present, sir.
17 absent. 18 absent. 19
19 present, sir.
19 absent.
19 present,
20.
sir.
Okay.
20 present, sir.
20 21
20 present, sir.
21 present, sir.
22
21 present, sir.
Okay. 22 absent. 23
23 present, sir.
24
24 present, sir. 24 present, sir. 24 present, sir.
25,
Present, sir.
26,